Hi, everyone. This is Geeta PriyaDarshni. I'm your life coach and Ayurveda practitioner. Today, I want to talk about something that I get asked a lot about how to deal with negative people. So, I have a lot of clients that come in, and that seems to be kind of the topic that many people deal with is in their lives is, they're happy at home and they're not so happy at their job or something like that because of the people around. It always comes down to relationships. So I have a question from someone that wrote in, and she says that I had a negative boss for years. And then I decided to go into business for myself so that I didn't have to deal with the negativity. And then now she seems to be attracting negative people into her business, and she's wondering whether there's something wrong with me, or is it my approach to the way I am doing business? Well, let's see. Well, dear friend, first of all, that's a great question. Her name is Diane. So Diane, to answer your question, okay, great. What happens with negativity is that we don't create it. Nobody wants negativity. Everybody comes in the world wanting positivity and having happy thoughts, happy people, happy circumstances. Wouldn't that be the perfect place to live? But unfortunately, that's not part of life, the part of life that we have any control over. And we have to deal with it, and we have to deal with it gracefully, and knowing that there are some options you have out. So here are the things. One of the things I want you to bring awareness to is that there are three ways of looking at yourself. One is how you see yourself, how you perceive yourself to be so great or lacking, or your strengths and weaknesses, how you feel about yourself, right? You know yourself in a particular way. Is it true? We don't know. But there's a way that you see yourself. The second is how others see you. So how do others see you? How do they think of how you walk, you talk? Do you have integrity, your character, all those things? There's some judgment there, or maybe that's just their perception of you. The third is who you truly are, and that is answered by the divine, because that is your soul journey. Basically, you know yourself as who you are today, and it's based on particular experiences that you had in the past. Now, before those experiences occurred, when you came into the world as a baby, did you have those experiences with you? Possibly not. Well, probably not, but you did have some. We call it in yoga, the idea is some skaras. So you have some flow of patterns that has come with you through lifetimes, and is also present in this lifetime, which we look at as patterns in your life. So with that stuff from the way back when, and then all your experiences and who you are today, you show up a particular way, right? So then you've got people around you that either push your buttons and make you really mad and make you ballistic, or there are people that make you very happy, or that people make you feel loved, or people make you feel like doing things for them, or you want to show up for them. You have passion. You want to show up to work. You want to go places with them. But then there are some places where you just don't want to go, and there's people you don't want to deal with, right? So the third one is where the deep inquiry starts happening. And in that, knowing who you are. So meditation and stopping to really assess yourself. This is the place in deep inquiry is when you start to find out who you are, and to release yourself from some of those bondages that may be holding you back from understanding yourself to be a particular way. So for Diane, when you go to work and you've got this boss, or you went to work and you had this boss who was so bad, or now that you're attracting these kinds of people, there's something to be said in that, because who we attract around us is a reflection of who we are. So however you are being, there's a message in every person who's coming around you. Every single person that we're surrounded by, there's something to learn from every single person. So The answer to a quick answer to your question without going too deep into the energetics of it and all that is how to shift the energy. So when you have negativity around you and you've got negative people, how do you shift the energy? So one of the things is that really becoming aware. Be aware of your space, your environment, and who you are. And I'm going to give you a really quick technique on how to let that negativity pass through or not be part of your space. So you've got someone who's very negative and is now bombarding your space with their garbage. And they want you to have it because they don't want it either, or they just want you to swim in it like they're swimming in it too. Then everything becomes normal for them because everything is, you know, kind of at the edge, and people are frustrated and irritated and not happy. Then they feel comfortable, and then everything is normal. Believe it or not, that is true in many circumstances. When we look at certain people and they're causing misery, that's because maybe their programming, their internal programming is such that they don't know what else to do. So they just, that's their normal. That's the normal way of being. And if things are not normal, they're going to create a situation to make it like that they're hurting and they're in pain. And then that's normal for them. And then they feel okay. See, that goes for a lot of people who we try to get out of certain patterns, and we say, don't do that anymore. Otherwise, you know, you've got to make a decision, step up, get out of this bad relationship or whatever. And they're like, no, you know, I'm going to make it work and I'm going to make it do this and that. And there's nothing wrong in that either. It's totally circumstantial. So anyway, so getting back to that. So I was telling you about the person. There is a system of giving and receiving. So that person is now giving you all their crap, vessel to receive it. Okay. And that's when people get absorbed in the negativity, and now they can no longer get release that, especially if it's a pattern. Maybe it's just not natural to be around people like that. Maybe it's the kind of job you have, you know, maybe it's the kind of circumstances that you're put in all the time, or could be your own family. You know, sometimes family is a pain in the, you know what, family can, they you know, they won't listen to what you have to say. They know it all, and they don't have the listening for you. So you feel very frustrated around them. And that could also cause negativity around you. But the giving and receiving, I don't want to lose you in that. When somebody is giving you their garbage, what do? Either you can be a container to receive it, or you can put up an energetic field, a shield, energetic shield around you, which is going to be a shield that does not allow any negativity to come through. However, the only thing that can come through that shield is love. Love, as the most subtle form of healing energy, is the only thing that can go through that shield. Love, goodness, compassion. Just make it your shield and put that up in front of you. And when that person begins to their crap, the only thing that comes through is any love, if there is any. And if not, you are protected in that space. And see, when you tune out, also, when you start to do this kind of a little formula in your head, that I'm not going to let this space get to me right now because I'm in a really good space. And whatever that is, I'm going to shield it out. And the only thing that can go cross over between the two of us, the two of us having this kind of a conversation or argument or whatever it is, the only thing that can permeate through this shield is love, compassion, and goodness. And when you start to tune into that space, something starts happening. Because see, the person giving you all their crap is no longer being received. So they too will back off a little bit, because it'll be like, you know, at some level they get it that they're not being received anymore, and they're talking to themselves, because this is energy, you know. So you're shifting the energy in the space by doing that. So allow yourself to be a strong space of compassion, goodness, and kindness whenever something like that comes up. And not judging the other person like, oh my God, what a creepy person, or they do this all the time, they're ballistic, you know, they're just crazy. None of that. You don't do that either, because you are no longer the vessel to receive. The moment you start doing that, you are now tuning into receiving that stuff that they're putting out to you. So if you don't want that, don't do that. Just be yourself and allow yourself to be calm, compassionate, loving, good, and be grateful. Be grateful for who you are. Be grateful for the things that you have, because that space of gratefulness will start to shift the energy as well. And that crazy person or the negative person or the one that's at you, maybe there is something that's going on underneath. Ask yourself this question. This is the second thing to do. First is to protect yourself energetically. Second is to ask yourself the question, what is it that the universe wants me to learn in this situation? Look at that person right in the eyes and ask yourself that question. What is it that I have to learn from you? And the universe will speak to you. And this is not woo-woo stuff, because what happens is that we are all energetic beings. We're all energetic beings, and we have energy moving through us. That's how we talk. That's how we share stuff. How do you know? You go to some person and you go, I really like their energy. I like hanging around them. Maybe you don't use the word energy, but you say, I don't know, something about them. They make me feel good. I like being around them. And some people, you go near them and you're like, whoa, I don't want to be in the same room as them. Just let me know if they're there. I will not show up. So what is that? That's energy. That you're feeling some sort of energy around it. And of course, you make some logical sense around circumstances. The last time when we met, they were like this and this and this. And this is what they do every single time. So I choose not to be in that space anymore. Totally fine. That's your call. But I just want to leave you with, having the space to shift the energy. So Diane, what you're doing is when you start to become aware as well that this is the kind of energy space you're attracting to you, what you want to do is just become present to it. Like, where is it coming from? Why am I attracting this? And what is the lesson for me to learn out of this? Perhaps it very well could be in your business that you are charging not enough money. Because there's a lot of people who just want your services for free, and who don't value your time. They just want to be heard, and they want to be hanging around you so that they can have a conversation and tell you about all their crap. So are you the space for that? That's why getting very clear on your business brand identity, your business identity, your message, and the foundation for your business is so important. Because the more clear you get about who you are, that's how you start to attract the right people to you. And as far as that old boss is concerned, when you were at the job, perhaps you were feeling really low and down. And so that energy space was there. And because we do attract the same thing, we have to look at, why is that person around? There are no accidents in the universe, whatever you want to believe. There's always a lesson to be learned from our circumstances around and the people that are around us. So with that, that's it for today. And I'll be back with some more tips and guidance on how to work with yourself. And I want you to be true to yourself, and I want you to feel free about anything that's going on around your life. Have a fabulous, miracle-filled day. Namaste.